welcome back to the channel. We're in the garage, but another part of it. And first off, I just wondered, what do you think of the new logo and the new intro that we've got going on at the moment? A friend of mine has put this together. I think it's really nice. I like it. Thanks, John. And hopefully we'll be able to improve a little bit on it. We're going to do one or two different things to try and get an interest in what's going on here so we can build it up even further. So, without further ado, let's get into this video. We'll do the unboxing of this DJI 360 camera and we'll have a look at the accessories that come with it so we can fasten it onto the bike, and then we'll take it out at some stage. We'll fasten it onto the bike, we'll take it out and just let you see some of the footage. We'll come back and I'll give you my opinion. Bearing in mind, a while ago I did have the Insta 360 1R plus the Insta mic. So now we're going to be using the DJI Osmo 360 and the mic mini, which is similar to the one that I've just got clipped up onto the t-shirt. Okay, so here we are. We've got the box and we're now going to, first time, not even looked at this yet, we're going to open this up now and just see exactly what's in the box. So, bit of package. Packing list, that's all. Nothing on there of any interest. And then, in this box, so, motorcycle heavy duty mount, the actual thing that we've been looking for. Motorcycle heavy duty clamp and carbon fibre selfie stick 1 metre high. So we'll get rid of the box. So first impressions, these things are definitely well packaged. We'll leave that one till the last and we'll start with these. So first thing is, can we compare this to the Insta 360 X5, which is the latest of the Insta cameras? Who knows? But this is the camera selfie stick, heavy duty clamp and heavy duty mount. And obviously these are the bits that come with the motorcycle combination. So let's get in and just see exactly what we've got here. Little strips that you can pull off and that makes it a little bit easier to get in. So this heavy duty motorcycle heavy duty mount. So this is going to go on the handlebars, and I can tell you just by the weight of that before I even get it out the packet that this is heavy duty quality and a fair bit of weight in it. Now, so it's got the mount that you'd find on the bottom of a tripod, and apparently that now fits into the bottom of the camera. So we'll just move the packaging up there. We'll leave these in situ. Definitely some weight in that. Next, dual heavy duty clamp. So I'll open this up, put that there. And then in here, okay, so that's one ball mount. And these are smaller ones, I think they are, you know, which is a bit of a pain, but still. So, okay, dual mount. Wow, that's some amount of stuff there. And we'll have a good look at these once we've messed about with them for a while. So there's two little ball mounts in here. We might as well get it out and show you while we're at it. Okay, so that is to fit. It's not a quick release thing. That's to fit on something similar to, say, the GoPro mount. Everybody knows what they are. And the little hard ball on the top, which is definitely a smaller version. Same as those. Okay. And then that's like a little spanner for fastening down nice and tight. And then this is another ball mount. And this lad, I'm presuming, has that little connector on like you'd get on the top of a tripod. Okay, yeah. So you could then screw that into one of the settings, one of the fittings. And now, the next on the list. So same routine, there is a little green tab there, we pull that off and that opens the box. And with that open, we can then get out. That seems like a very small, but perfectly formed, as they say, selfie stick. Undo that, pull this thing out. Okay, so there's a screw in fixing there, and then there's the threaded bolt through there, and it opens up. It is nice and light. Osmo carbon. Selfie stick. Selfie stick is a selfie stick, but still, that's nice. So we've got handlebar mount, or wherever you want to put it actually, it doesn't have to be handlebar. And then you've got your heavy duty clamp. So that'll be used, I'm presuming, when you've got this thing sticking out at the back of your bike. Those are the bits that you get extra in your motorcycle combination. This is the thing that comes either on its own or with other combinations. We should be able to get into this. And there we go. Now, so relatively small, certainly very light as it is at the moment. Of course, don't know if the battery's in there already. No, so that makes it a little bit lighter, but 2 lenses on there. I'm going to just bring that over, sit that down on there, then you can see that. Check what else is in here. Let's move that camera up ever so slightly. Okay. So in there is the battery, the plastic or the rubber cover for the lens, which is pretty cool, and charging cable, cover for the lens, battery, and I'm presuming a couple of stickers and a download of how to. Price of the camera is obviously lower than the Insta, so a little few facts. Difference in size, so this has a weight of 183 grams, whereas the Insta is 200. The DJI is easier for holding aerodynamics, and when it's on the selfie stick or when you're using it in the hand like this or on the bike, it's smaller, there's less wind resistance, and it's lighter. Although the drawback of this is it does have a smaller screen, but I'm sure we'll get used to that, and that's part of actually having the thing. DJI has 2 lenses which unfortunately are not interchangeable, so if you scratch those you can't just take them off, buy a new set and screw them back on like you can with the Insta. This has 2 1-inch sensors, and they're square instead of the usual rectangular sensor, and DJI say that there is better power consumption, it makes the camera smaller, and it utilizes the whole area of the square of the sensor, which apparently doesn't happen with a rectangle. The DJI can shoot in 8K at 60 frames per second, whereas the Insta is 8K at 30 frames per second. The X5 Insta has 120 frames per second at 4K, so it is actually better for slow motion, although the DJI has 10-bit colour compared to the Insta's 8-bit colour. Both have log settings and HDR. Battery life. Let's have a look at this. The battery life, DJI say that there are 100 minutes at 8K 30 frames a second, and it's a 1950 milliamp hour battery. Insta have a battery of 2,400 milliamp hours. DJI has better power consumption, which means for longer shooting times. Going on to the Studio, I've just downloaded it and had a look at it. The Studio is okay. It looks as if it's going to be doable. The mobile app is very similar to Insta. Both have tracking modes, keyframing, color modes, etc. But hopefully DJI will continue to update and improve their editing facilities, which will make for an easier job when it comes to doing your editing. We know Obviously because I had the Insta 360 1R before, shooting the film is easy. Getting yourself into a position where you can edit it and then turn it into MP4 and then download it onto YouTube is a little bit harder, but everything seems to be getting easier and easier, and I'm hoping now that by the time I get all this up and running, we'll be able to edit the stuff fairly easy. Extras for the DJI, it has single lens mode. So what we can do with this is, once you've got the settings right, you can use it just like an ordinary action cam, which is what we're using up there to film this at the moment, and which I believe you can't do with the Insta. It also connects very easily to the DJI mics, and I've got the mic minis here, so obviously I've got one on and I've got the rest of the equipment in the box. So to finish off, first off, is Insta that the only competition for DJI? I don't know. What do you think? Is there anything else out there that is of this quality, that is of this price, or cheaper or dearer, whatever? Is there anything else out there? You tell me, and hopefully this will give you a little bit of an idea of what all this stuff is about. This camera has 105 gigabyte built-in storage, and it'll take a memory card up to 1 terabyte. Waterproof to 10 meters and 120 megapixel photos. What else does that you know of? And I think the answer is Insta and nothing else. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you have, hit that subscribe button and give us a like, share, and let's see if we can get this thing up and running. All right, so from Jack in the shed, enjoy life, speak to you soon, bye.